Hey guys, we are here to know about the SQL database, and for this we are going to use the MySQL database because it's easy and it's open source. So as you can see, I'm in the main website of mysql.com, and you can download it by going to downloads here, and we are going to download the community edition, which is free of cost, and enterprise one is for the companies. And for that we'll just download the community server. So let's click on community server, and this one, what you have to do is you can go for the installer 5.7, and irrespective of what you have, 32-bit or 64-bit, you can go directly for this 32-bit installer. And my advice will be not to go for any of these zip archive installation, which are very complicated. So let's go for the simple one, which is downloads. And this you can download, there are two editions of it. One is the web community edition, which is just a web installer, and then there is a full installer. So one you can download and just click it. Right. Apparently they will ask for a Oracle account, so you can just make an Oracle account, which is free, and download this thing. And I think my download will be ready. Let's check. Yeah, 30 seconds left. Okay, let's talk about like what is SQL. And SQL is structured query language, and where you have any data type where something you have to store in a table and in a database. And there are two types of data where you have, one is a structured data and another is the non-structured one. And structured is when you store everything in tables and databases, which are very organized in the columns and rows, and you have all the different attributes, and based on that you have the different values. And when it comes to non-structured data, it can be anything like say a column in your Facebook feed, or say any of your news feed, the comments, and all those things come in paragraphs, which you cannot definitely store in a valid field. So in that, what you have to store is they are in an unstructured form, and some of those databases are say MongoDB and Cassandra, etc. And we are going to work on this structured database, which is very easy to handle, and we are going to connect this database with our Java platform using NetBeans. Okay, so I guess my download will be ready, and let's check it out. Yep, it's ready. I have downloaded the full version so that it just installs directly, and I'll click on run. Okay, it's taking a lot of time. I don't know why they named the product as MySQL, because it was free, I guess. Because Oracle has its own database. Did you guys know that? Yeah. So Oracle has its own database servers, and which is a very popular one. And apparently, they were the leading like company, which, or the enterprise, for all the database solutions. And then there came the open source database systems, where we have this MySQL system, where we have a lot of libraries. Yes, we do have libraries for all these stuff, since they also have a developer mode in them. And these SQL stuffs can be edited, and they can be customized for different companies, and that's what makes them more special. So open source took over, and Oracle is now not the most leading company for database enterprises. And when it comes to say what is the trend now, trend is non-structured databases, something like MongoDB, and that is the need of the hour, because most of the requirements, something like Facebook and other all other social networking sites, they're all using say the languages Python and all, and those have really good integration with MongoDB, and that can be used very well and easy to like easy to integrate and connect, right? So since it's installing, I'll just continue this video and yep, and explain you like what all things will be needed for connecting our SQL to our NetBeans. Coming to our NetBeans, we will definitely need to start with the project. Okay, so as we have seen in earlier videos, we can just open Java application, and next application name, database connect, right? Finish. So it's doing it. Okay, so whenever you need to connect one application with another, you need some tools, something called the connectors. And these connectors are some kind of uh, like application libraries in short, and these application libraries are definitely very strictly uh, restricted to a language type. Suppose if I'm using say Java, then I will have a Java connector, and for Java all the connectors will be in a form of Java archives, which are not nothing but the JAR files, the jar files. And for MySQL, we have the MySQL connector. These connectors are something called, we call them as JDBC, or the Java database connectors. And these are used to add on the extra libraries which are needed for connecting a database to our Java. And all these stuff can be done on a local server only. If we need to go on for say the network servers, there we need to work on different things. So I have some of my applications already installed, say MySQL Workbench, and I have to add other stuffs inside it. So license agreement, yes, blah blah blah. Okay, next. And here I have to select all the server stuff. Make sure you select everything. My system is 64-bit, so I'll just select this one. Then all the application, I have Workbench, so I don't need it. I need all the utilities here. Okay, and yes, the 64-bit modifier. Okay, if you need it for Excel and Visual Studio, right now we don't need it. Yes, and this is what I was talking about. These are the connectors. And as I said, it is language specific. As you can see, there are different types of connectors. First one is ODBC. ODBC is nothing but Open Database Connector, and it is like for any of the databases you want to connect directly to it. Then you have another connector for C++, then again for Java, and for .NET, for Python, for C. You have different types of connectors. So I'll just add everything, all of it, and there again 64-bit and 32-bit. You add all of them, and it is, isn't there a button for all of them? No. Let's try this. No, it's not working. Alright, so I have to add everything manually. You have to make it simple, guys, seriously. It's boring, right? And apparently it doesn't matter that whether you have a x86 or these x64 version of it, but here, yeah, this is something very important. Here where you have the version for Python, you need to keep a very good track, like, yeah, it has says failing requirements. Okay, there are some warnings popping up for previous versions. Okay, so I think we shouldn't install it. And for C, I don't think so we need it right now. So for now, we will just put the ODBC, C++, J, and .NET. Okay, and next, and it's asking for the install directory. I'll just select the default one because C is safe for now. You can change it though. And it says some warning. I don't think so there's any problem. Some path conflicts are arising. Okay, if it yeah, so since I have installed it earlier, so it shows some warnings. Yeah, I'll ignore it and execute it. So it will install MySQL server on this, and we can go for it. And we have to set it up, and that's a more important thing then, because since when you this there is a structure for accessing any of the database servers. So since it is a server, it is based on your local server, and whenever you have to open your, say, console for the database, every time you need to add like type in a password for your thing, and that through that password you will be accessing your entire database. And this is very important when it comes to connectivity, because when you are connecting, you also need to make sure that you are putting the right password for your database, or else it won't connect. It's as simple as that. All right, for that, what we need to do is, here's a place where we need to include the libraries under our project, and here's the service when we where we are connecting our database. And as you can see, NetBeans already has different types of integration systems. So for database, standard database, it has, say, different things. And previously I have made some database connectivities. So as you can see, there are already certain servers which are currently disconnected. And we have also the MongoDB, JavaScript, all those stuff. You can also have for web services, which are definitely the web servers, and you can connect to them as well. For now, we'll just explore how to do for SQL. Okay, core Java connector is installing, and finally with the net connector. Right, all are installed, and I'll just click next. And we have to configure our MySQL server. Okay, so what is the type of machine? You can keep it as development machine. Okay, and your port number is important, 3306. You must remember it, right? And then go for next. And here's the important thing, you choose your password. So I'll just keep it very simple. Say database, right? DATABASE, right? And then again repeat it. We have all the passwords same, right? So here you can add a user. For now I'll okay, we have to add a user. And what is this? Passwords do not match. Okay, there is some kind of error going on. Let's retype our password again. Okay, and I'm not creating any user accounts. We will be accessing through the root user only. And let's go to next. And my service name is MySQL 57, right? And make sure everything is like this. Configure as a Windows service, yes, it has to be. Then add the server at system startup. So whenever your computer will start up, this service will be triggered, and your system account is there. Okay, and apparently again there is some problem. So let's call it 5.8, right? Mostly you won't have any of these problems because you will be having a new computer system installing this SQL for the first time. Since I had it, let's name it some, there are some naming conflicts, and everything is the same like this default, and just go around. And we don't need this, so just go next, and it is good for go. Execute it. It will do all the configurations automatically. Start the server. As you can see, server is starting here. It's apparently red. Whenever it will be active, it will turn into blue. Right. It is also checking for software update, which is amazing. Okay, there has been failure. Let's go for retrial. Right, a new service has been added. Okay, we don't need this. Okay, apparently there has been some configuration errors, but you can just work on it once, and since I'll be just configuring it and making it all correct, you won't have any of these errors. And make sure there's no conflicting versions of databases. Something like if you are already using some databases like Oracle database uh, previously installed on your computer, make sure you are uninstalling them and removing their services from work. Apparently I think I have Oracle database service working on this, so I'll just remove it and make it work.